Now, if you came today expecting to get the Black Death, you'll know that you're not going to get it today. It's been postponed. We're delighted to have Andy Smith with us. He looks as if he's brought some fascinating things. And he's called his talk, which he gives to other U3As, Life in the Music. And I think it should be fun. Thank you, Andy.
Good morning. Good morning. Nice to be with you all. It feels like a school assembly when you say that, doesn't it? Do you mind if I take this off? I promise to stop there. Okay. Well, several years ago, I decided it was about time, when I got to a certain age, that I catalogued all the songs that I'd written, because I've been writing songs since I was about 14 years old. A lot of them absolutely diabolically bad, but I thought it'd be quite nice to get them onto iTunes, and they were scattered about on cassettes and reels of tape and DATs and mini discs and CDs. And so I started doing that. It was quite a marathon task. At the same time, I got invited to do my first U3A. I'd never heard of U3As. I know what you are now, because I've done quite a few of you. And but when I looked down the list, because they said you need to come with a subject, and I thought, I don't know what to talk about. But when I looked down the list of songs, I realised it was like my life was in songs, so I tend to always write in first person. And although it's mostly my life that's in there, there's lots of little bits where we've all got things in common, you know, like we've all won 10 quid on the lottery at some point and stuff, haven't we? Oh dear, right. $1 million? Anybody got $1 million? No, right, okay. Anyway, so this story is that I started doing a little talk called Life in the Music, featuring the songs from some of my back catalogue. Before I start, I need to apologise. I played at this U3A in St Neots a few weeks ago and spent the evening in casualty afterwards. They're a bit of a rough old bunch in Cambridge. What I did, I snapped the tendons in my finger when I was loading the car afterwards, so it just goes flop. So I can't use that finger, which is very difficult for a guitar player. So normally I'd play like John Williams, but today I'm afraid it's going to be a bit more like Les Dawson's piano playing. Anyway, we're going to go back to a period, something we've all got in common, this one, and it's back to when we were a baby, and the song's called Baby Blues. Woke up this morning, got out of my cot. Didn't feel like talking, I can't say a lot. Last night's heavy drinking with milk and mashed bananas. This morning when I woke up, weed in my pyjamas. Got those early morning blues, can't get my mommy out of bed. For the morning's about the time for jumping up and down on daddy's head. I go to toddlers groups and play with all the toys. I like the little girls much more than the little boys. They all seem to like me, but they just think I'm cute. It's so hard looking sexy with Bugs Bunny on your suit. And I got those early morning blues, can't get my daddy out of bed. So he thinks he can ignore me, I'll wake the neighbours up instead. I know the story's all about the birds and bees. I know where I came from and it sounds like fun to me. I know a little girl, she'd let me, you can bet. But I don't know if I want to, cause her nappy's always wet. And I've got those early morning blues, just wanna be loved for what I am. If I can find my Cinderella, I'd rather be her fireman Sam. So say him like my daddy, so say him like my mum. So say him like the milkman, cause he's also quite well hung. So say him like the dustman when I'm in my dirty clothes. So say him like the vicar, cause I got a parson's nose. I got those early morning blues, nothing makes sense to me no more. The way these adults talk to me, I sometimes think that I'm more mature. So people, let me tell you, before I start to yell, Living as a baby, it's like a newborn hell. You get passed round like a parcel to the whole world and his mates. I smile and coo at those I like, but I puke on those I hate. And I got those early morning blues. Can't get my mummy out of bed. Falling on is about the time for jumping up and down on daddy's head. I actually wrote that song when my son was a baby, and he's always hated it. And it's the line about we in his pyjamas. He could never handle that line. And he's 26 now, and he got engaged a couple of months ago. And his fiancée said, "You will do a song, won't you, at the engagement party?" And I was so tempted to do that one. In the end, I copped out and did Here, There and Everywhere, which was probably more apt, but not as much fun. I also have a daughter who is now 24, but it's not a very sort of time of the year type story, but I always like telling this one. And when she started school, the first year there, it came up to Christmas time, she came home very excited because she'd been asked to be Mary in the Nativity play. So she was. We were very proud of this point, so we said, "Oh, we'll come along and watch you." So we all went along to the Nativity thing, and my son was a shepherd. And she sat there in the little stable with Joseph. And there was a point in the proceedings where Mary and Joseph had to walk round the school hall while the kids all sang away in a manger. The big problem was that Joseph had a bladder problem. So when they came to walk round, it had all seeped onto the little blue frock, and it just looked like a waters had broken, to be honest. Anybody know what this is? It's a mandolin. Yeah, it's a flat back mandolin. In the old days they used to have, well, the Italian ones and stuff, got big round backs on them. But this is called a folk mandolin. And when I was born at Lincoln. Anybody know Lincoln?
Yellow Belly.
Yellow Belly, absolutely right, sir. Yeah, so I spent the first sort of 11 years of my life in Lincoln. And you'll probably know this, every year there used to be a fair come to town. And invariably the circus came. Now my childhood memories get a little bit misty, but I'm sure the circus used to come as well. And I loved circuses, and I always wanted to be a clown. I decided when I grew up I wanted to be a clown. My wife tells me that it's the one thing in my life I've actually achieved. But this is a song I wrote about that, and it's called Big Top, and it's on the mandolin. With joy on their faces, kids laugh out loud, and all pushing forward to the front of the crowd, to glimpse for a moment, to hold out a hand. Let's all go to town for the travelling man. His clothes are too big and his face always smiles. He came from the north like when I was a child. He's still as exciting, the performance will change. The person is different, the feeling's the same. Still as exciting, the performance will change. The person is different, the feeling is the same. Mouths are wide and eyes open, children all laugh. It's a fantasy world which there's none can surpass. A journey through time to the music hall stage. The big top still echoes those halcyon days. A journey through time to the music hall stage. The big top still echoes those halcyon days. So I go to town for the travelling man. This is called a electroacoustic guitar because it's acoustic, but you can plug it in and make it noisy if you want to. And it's made by a company called Ovation. Have we got any guitar players in here at all? No? I'm not going to make you get up and play, but Ovation guitars have got a curved back like this, and they were designed by a gentleman in America who worked on helicopters, and he had to make a design that wouldn't vibrate because obviously helicopters can't really vibrate much. But he was a guitar player, and he thought, if I can make a guitar to vibrate at the right frequencies, I can probably have something a bit special. So he invented this substance called lyracord. It's not actually plastic on the back of these, it's called lyracord. And what it does, it projects and resonates at the right frequencies. Now I've got a very old Ovation, which is an American one, which I bought when I was 19 years old, which has got a very deep round back. The problem is that over the years, the stomach's coming out in sympathy with the Ovation guitar. So when I play that one, it tends to wobble around. It's like a bit like jelly on a plate sort of thing, you know. So, but luckily this is a thin line one, so I can handle it a little bit easier. So this is an Ovation guitar. Now when we lived in Lincoln, there was a family next door. I had a sister, but there was a family and they just got a daughter, and she was called Frances. And she was a couple of years older than me, but Frances was fascinated by me because she'd not really come across boys before, and she wasn't bothered about my sister at all. But I was like her little challenge. So we used to play a lot together, and this is a story about what we used to get up to. She was 6 and I was 4. She was the girl who lived next door. Mummy wouldn't let us go to bed, so we had fun in the garden shed. Doctors and nurses was the game. I was a patient, weak and lame, and she'd got a cure for the worst disease. Strip 'em naked, let 'em freeze. Oh mama, don't you mind, I don't mind if you don't, 'cause it seemed like fun and it ain't gonna do no harm. Don't get angry, don't you rage, it's just it's our permissive age, and I want to get it out my system before I'm 21. She was pretty and kinda cute, with nappy rash and a romper suit. I was young and easily led those days inside a garden shed. And it was clear and plain to see, she got her eyes all set on me. Our offspring total came to nil, she said that she was on the pill. Oh mama, don't you mind, I don't mind if you don't, 'cause it seemed like fun and it ain't gonna do no harm. Don't get angry, don't you rage, it's just it's our permissive age, and I wanna get it out my system before I'm 21. With chocolate biscuit round your face, seductive chat seemed out of place. I just looked into her eyes and then we had to improvise. And now I'm nearly 53 and she's still 2 years more than me, and I just hope that when I'm dead the kids can still have garden sheds. Oh mama, don't you mind, I don't mind if you don't, 'cause it seemed like fun and it ain't gonna do no harm. Don't get angry, don't you rage, it's just it's our permissive age, and I want to get it out my system before I'm 21. This is my newest toy. I bought this with I share it with my son. We first saw, it's called a tenor guitar. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of a tenor guitar. And we first saw one when we saw a gentleman called Seth Lakeman, who's like a folk fiddle player, and his brother plays a tenor guitar quite a lot. And we came away from this concert saying, we want one of those. The first thing we did when we got home was Google it and see where we could buy one. Nobody was really making them one. You could only get handmade, and the cheapest we could find was £2,500. So my wife said, "You're not." And so we didn't. And I just kept waiting and waiting for them to come on the market, and there was a few cheap ones came out which I didn't like very much, and then this one came up, and it's a solid mahogany guitar, and so we bought this between us. So this is the tenor guitar that's in the family now, and it's tuned like a tenor banjo, but it's a very different sort of style of instrument. We're going to do a song for you on it. Now this one you'll know, all right? So I also, this is the point where you can join in and sing. You want to have a singing group, don't you? I've heard this already, so this is your chance. This is your audition, in fact. I'm going to go around and number you after and say, they were good, they were good. But when I got to about 10, 11 years old, my mum and dad said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I really didn't know. And it was long before computer games and stuff like that. So there wasn't a lot of choice, really, for a sort of 10, 11-year-old. And they said, "Have you ever thought of having a guitar?" Because I always loved music. I said, "Oh, that's a good idea." So they got me this cheap £5 guitar from a second-hand shop, which was totally unplayable, and had to go back and replace by something a bit better. But within a year, I'd got like a little youth club group with a couple of girls singers and a couple of my mates playing guitar as well. And we used to go around doing the youth clubs and the churches and on Sunday mornings and things. We got quite a little name for ourselves in Lincolnshire. And my mum used to manage us because obviously none of us could drive very well, and we did lots of the villages and things. So. But this is a song that she always used to love, and she was a big John Denver fan, my mum. And this is a John Denver song, and so if you want to join in, please do.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go, and I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking and it's early morning. The taxi's waiting, blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. Here's your chance. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down, so many times I've played around, and I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. 'Cause every place I go I'll think of you, every song I sing I'll sing for you. When I come back I'll bring your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come for me to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you. Then close your eyes and I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Whoa, babe, I hate to go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Leaving on a jet plane. I'm leaving on a jet plane.
They forgot to put the gin in. When I was 16, me and my mates discovered alcohol. And in them days you could get in a pub no problem at all, and it wasn't like now, you didn't have ID and everything. And my mates were very tall, or a couple of them were, and so they sometimes did ask me if I was 18, and I always felt a bit embarrassed. What I used to do is give the money to my mates, and they used to buy the round for me, and then we could sort of spend the evening in there. I had one friend who was only about 4 foot tall, and he used to go into pubs and get served straight away, no problem at all, and he only looked about 13. So I said to him, how do you do it? How do you manage to get served when you go in a pub? He says, what you have to say is, you say, pint a bit of love. So you have to say love at the end of it. He said, then it'll work. So I thought, I'm going to try this. So I went, pint a bit of love. I got served. And you know, 30 years on, or more, I can honestly say, if I don't say pint a bit of love, I never get asked for ID, even now. But in them days, the pubs used to close around our way about 10:30. I think they used to go wild and stay open till 11 o'clock on a Saturday. The only way we could actually get another drink was if we went into Leicestershire, but our parents were never very keen to drive us into Leicestershire when we was only 16, so we had to find other ways of entertaining ourselves after 11 o'clock. And this song tells the story about what we used to often get up to.
When you've been on the beer and you've painted the town, and it's hard to stand up and you'd sooner sit down, and the landlord's called time and said sup up your beer, or else in 10 minutes the police will be here. You know when you get home that your missus will squeal, and you feel like your head's spinning round on a wheel. There's just one solution if it's sickness you feel: go for an Indian meal. There's a nice little place that we often go in, and it's run by a fella who's called Mr. Singh, and his meat tastes peculiar, but nobody cares, except the dogs round our way who all go round in pairs. He says he's from Bombay, knows the Indian cuisine, but shaking her head, his wife intervenes, says he's never been further south than Milton Keynes, him or his Indian meals. So we'll start with kebabs, make them spicy and hot, and we all want some poppadom, so give us your lot. Then a nice vindaloo seems like a tasty idea. We'll wash that all down with your overpriced beer. I know in the morning I'll wish I'd not come, when I think of the stupid things that we have done, when I feel like the world's dropping out of me bum after me Indian meal.
Thank you. When I got to a little bit older, When I first started playing guitar, as every sort of young teenager does, I wanted electric guitars and wanted to be loud and noisy, and I grew out of that, luckily. And partly was due to the fact that I watched a programme on TV, and I'd been to my girlfriend's for the evening, and I got home and realised that I'd virtually missed the whole of the programme, and there was no video in those days or catch-up TV like we've got now, so I just missed it. But luckily I caught the last 10 minutes, and it was about an American singer-songwriter called Don McLean, and at the time he was doing really well with I think American Pie was #1, but the second song that he wrote out off that album I hadn't heard before, and it was called Vincent. And I thought, what an absolutely gorgeous song, and it made me want to start playing fingerstyle guitar, and so he's guilty for that, really, which is where you play it with your fingers rather than just strumming it. So I want to sing that for you now. I'd like you to join in, even if it's only the first line of each verse, because you know what that is. It's just a starry, starry night. Okay, so.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue gray. Look out on a summer's day, with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills, sketch the trees and the daffodils, catch the breeze and the winter chills, in colours on the snowy linen land. And now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They will not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night, flaming flowers brightly blaze, swirling cloud in violet haze, reflects in Vincent's eyes of china blue, colours changing hue. Morning fields of amber grain, weathered faces lined in pain, are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. And now I understand what you tried to say to me, you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They will not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. They could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no heart was left inside, upon that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, the world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night, portraits hung in empty halls, frameless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like strangers that we've met. The ragged men, the ragged clothes, silver thorn and bloody rose, lies crushed and broken on the virgin snow. And now I think I know what you tried to say to me, you suffer for your sanity, you try to set them free. They will not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will.
forgot to introduce this guitar, and it's quite upset that I forgot to do that. It's called Elvis, because on his '69 tour he played a little guitar, a bit like this one, and so he got nicknamed Elvis. When I left school with 2 terrible A-level results, I joined a bank. You wouldn't admit to that nowadays, would you? But in 1976, it was quite a professional and respectable job, and so I stuck it for 6 or 7 years, and then decided it wasn't really for me, and went out working on my own. And I set up a little business making cassette tapes. Remember the cassette tapes? And I used to do studio supply. So I had a machine that, if you wanted a cassette that was 30 seconds long, you'd just punch it in. It would make a cassette for 30 seconds. So I used to supply people like the talking newspapers and studios and all sorts of things. But in the meantime, to earn a bit of extra money, I used to give guitar lessons. And we've probably established that nobody plays guitar here, but anybody who's played a musical instrument knows that you've got to put the hours in. Unfortunately, most of my pupils didn't. And so you'd go back the following week and you'd go over the same old thing over and over again. And I started pulling my hair out, and in the end I thought, I've got to get something out of this guitar lesson thing, so I thought, I'll write a song about it. And it's called Cunningham and Ballantyne, which is about 2 pupils. I will say now, one of the pupils did exist, the name and everything. The other one is fictitious, and it's up to you to decide which one you want it to be.
Oh, Mrs. Cunningham, I hate to tell you that your son is never gonna learn to play guitar. 'Cause instead of fingers he's got toes, his lessons getting up my nose. Mrs. Cunningham, your son will not get far. You wouldn't think with just 6 strings that he could do such peculiar things. Maybe he should be locked in the zoo. And if music is the food of love, well, I think he's gonna find it tough to find a girl who wants to love him too. He tells me that he plays guitar at least an hour a day. Perhaps that's why your neighbours have backed up and moved away. It explains your husband's suicide. I sometimes feel that way, but I have to sit and listen to him play all every day. But I have to sit and listen to him play. And oh, Mrs. Ballantyne, I think your daughter's doing fine. Maybe she should come more times a week. And I almost feel ashamed you pay to let me teach her how to play, but then I guess she's caught me at my peak. Her lesson's stimulating, her timing's above par, her rhythm is improving, and I think she will go far. But one day I will get around to teaching her guitar. Mrs. Ballantyne, your daughter is a star, she's a superstar. Mrs. Ballantyne, your daughter is a star.
This is where we do something a little bit different. We fall over. I love songwriting, but to me, the next nice process about it is the recording bit, where you can actually start doing something with the song. And I just want to show you now how I sort of put together a song when I record it. My second favourite hobby is cooking. I absolutely adore cooking. My wife likes it that I like cooking as well. Unfortunately, when I cook, it takes me about 4 hours to do a meal, so it has to be a special occasion usually. But I always think cooking is a little bit like recording a song, because if you go and you eat a meal, you taste it, you think, oh, that's nice, that's a really nice meal. But if you've cooked it, you can taste all the little elements. You can taste the spices or the herbs or whatever that you put in. So it all comes together and makes that picture in the end, if you like. And when you record a song, it's very similar. You listen to something on the radio or CD player or whatever, You think, oh, that's a good song, I like that. But it's what I tend to do, I like stripping it down, thinking, oh, that little bass part there's nice, or the piano bit I like, oh, that harmony works, you know. And that's what I want to show you. When I build a song up to record it, this is what happens. And there's a few little testers for you in this one. So when I start, we just have the guitar with it. I'll put a voice on with it.
I'll live and die here, given wings I'll fly here, find a haven far away.
Which is fine. But then, because you can do this, add a little bit of bass guitar.
If I could save this feeling,
starts giving it a bit of bottom end now.
And
the beauty of these boxes here is you can sing with yourself as well. So we start getting some harmonies.
Two voices harmonizing, no point in letting lies in. Something
And I brought a bit of mandolin in as well.
And the sweetest tasting fruit is in my garden.
See, it all starts coming together. But sometimes when you write a song, you'll have a little idea, and it'll just get shelved, and you won't think of anything to do with it for a long time. And I'm a very bad piano player, but I had a little phrase in my head, which was this. I thought, what if that'll fit in here?
And if lightning strikes me mute, I will fix
Just sit
my
it there. It's actually quite nice to do that. Right, now we're going to test you on a couple of instruments. The first one's easy. See if you can tell me what this is. Sitar, absolutely right, yeah. And I wrote this song because I just bought a sitar and I thought I need to record something with it, and I'm not a very good sitar player, so I wrote the song around the sitar room. So that's test number one. Number two is this, which, to be honest, I did U3As for 3 years and nobody got this right. But the last three that I've done, everybody's guessed it. So let's see how you go. Anybody got any ideas?
Accordion?
It sounds like an accordion, doesn't it? No, it's not an accordion. Anybody else want to bash? That's another thing people have often said. It's actually a backward guitar. It's a guitar that's recorded, then twisted the opposite way around. So what you hear is last is the strum. What you hear first is the decay of the thing, and it gives you that weird effect. The Beatles used to use it a lot in their sort of Sgt. Pepper period. So when I did the sitar, I got into thinking of the Beatle thing. And I thought, let's put some backward guitar on it. And in the old days, you used to have to do it on the open reel tapes, and they used to have to turn them round and then splice it in with everything else. With this machine, you just press a button and it does it for you. But what is quite weird is that you have to write out the piece of music backwards, because you have to play it backwards so that when you reverse it, it's the right direction. So it's a little bit weird. Right, while I get ready for the next one, I'm just going to play you the final mix of that song, or some of it at least. What I want you to do is just listen out for the odd little bits. So there's guitar, there's voice, there's bass, there's harmonies, there's mandolin, there's a chorus guitar, there's a bit of strings, there's backward guitar.
Given wings I'll fly here, find a haven far away. Such a sweet sensation, lifelong fascination, something new every day. And the sweetest tasting fruit is in my garden. And if lightning strikes me mute, I'll fix my star on. I'll fix my star on you. If I could save this feeling, bottled for a season, take it out when skies turn grey. Two voices harmonizing, no point in letting lies in, something new every day. And the sweetest tasting fruit is in my garden. And if lightning strikes me mute, I will fix my star on you. I'll fix my star on you.
When I met my wife, everything changed, as it does. And I'd been going out with the same girl for 5 years, and she dumped me just before Christmas. My mum and dad said, we're going away for Christmas and we're not leaving you on your own, so you're going to come with us. And mums always know best, so I did. And it was a little place in Derbyshire, a very nice hotel out there, and we arrived just after lunch, and they had an afternoon tea. And there was this little waitress who brought my afternoon tea for me, who was small, brunette, and absolutely stunning. And I soon forgot the old girlfriend, and I thought, now she's rather nice. So Christmas Day came, and I thought, with a bit of luck, she'll be serving my table on Christmas Day. They've got 3 dining rooms. I didn't see her at all. So Christmas evening, my challenge was to find her. So I went all around the hotel looking for her, and in the end I couldn't find her at all, so I had to go and watch the James Bond film with everybody else. But luckily on the Boxing Day, they had a barn dance for some reason. Why they had a barn dance on a Boxing Day, I don't know, but they had a barn dance, and all the staff were invited, so I thought this could be the chance. So I saw them all walking in, and I saw the little brunette girl at the back, and I thought, oh, she's so lovely. So I thought, right, okay, let's go for this one. So I asked her to dance for every single dance at the barn dance. If you do barn dancing, it's pretty energetic stuff. We did every single dance, because my theory was I knew there was a couple of other guys there who'd noticed her. And I thought, if I get in every time first, they won't get a chance, you see. So we spent the evening together, which was nice. And then I had to go back to rugby. So I said to her, I expect you've got a boyfriend, have you? And she said, no, I'm not. So I said, oh, good. I said, would you fancy coming for the weekend to the rugby? So she said, yeah, that'd be nice. So she came the first weekend in January, and I asked her to marry me that weekend. And it was, I never used to believe in love at first sight, but it really was. And everyone was going, rebound, rebound. But 28 years on, she's still the most beautiful thing in the world, and we're still together. Thank you. Unfortunately, she was at Manchester University, and she was working at Derbyshire to make some money to pay for a flat for the rest of the term. And I was in rugby, and neither of us had got a car, so it was British Rail did very nicely out of us, going back and forth up there. But we used to do it on a fortnightly basis because we need to try and save a bit of money to get married. So every other weekend we wouldn't be together. And this is a song that I wrote for her when on one of those weekends. It's called Wish You Were With Me Tonight, and it's a waltz, so if anybody fancies.
You're 100 miles away, but I want you to know I'm thinking of you. And forgive me if I say that I miss your touch even more than I used to. The distance between us won't keep us apart, for we are together in each other's hearts. And when you're here beside me, I'm high as a kite, but I wish you were with me tonight. Words can't start to say what I'm feeling inside. I can't get it together, but each second lasts for a day, each minute one a week, each hour lasts forever. But when you're beside me, our time seems to fly. No sooner together and we're saying goodbye. Away from the platform, you're gone out of sight, but I wish you were with me tonight. I wish you were with me tonight. Half-hearted excuses for why I stay home on a Saturday night, spend the evenings alone. My head says I'm crazy, heart says I'm right, but I wish you were with me tonight. I wish you were with me tonight. Oh, how I wish you were with me tonight.
Thank you. seen you on YouTube. But when I was in my sort of 18, 19-year-olds, I used to go to a folk club with a fella called Paddy. I believe it or not, Paddy was Irish. And he was a real character. I mean, he got the most amazing voice, and he was a lovely guitar player. And you know how the Irish can sing a ballad like nobody else can, you know, like the Furies and stuff. He was in that sort of mould, and he was absolutely superb, Paddy. I got married, and so we sort of lost touch for a long time. Unfortunately, Paddy carried on drinking his Guinness and getting involved with gambling and all sorts of things. And I met up with him again about 10 years ago because I opened a music shop, and he used to come into my shop and say, do you mind if I sit and play a guitar? Because he'd had to sell all his guitars because he needed the money to buy his alcohol. And so he used to sit in the shop and play, and I didn't mind him doing that because he still played beautiful guitar. As the years went by, it got to the point where he couldn't play at all, and it was a little bit more embarrassing than it was, and he used to say, no, sorry Paddy, you can't play guitar today, we're busy. But we still used to talk a lot, and in his sober moments, he was the same person. Last year, he passed away, bless him, and so I thought, I need to write a song for Paddy. But if I write a love song, well not a love song, but a sloppy song, he'll be laughing from the other side at me. He wouldn't want me to do that. So I thought, what I'm going to do, I'll write a song not about Paddy, but because of Paddy. And this is a drinking song, and it's called Take Me Home, and it's got a bit that you can join in on. When I did my fingering, I thought the easy instrument to play with a dodgy finger will be ukulele, because a lot of it is just two fingers. Unfortunately, that finger just gets in the way, so it's actually probably harder than the guitar to play, but we'll see how we go with this. So it's called Take Me Home. Does anybody want to take me home? 'Cause it's time that I was sleeping in my bed. When I started all this boozing, I used to be amusing, but now I'm just embarrassing instead. Does anybody want to take me home? A dozen pints of Guinness and I'm like any Irish bloke. And it's sometimes been suggested that I sound just like James Nesbitt, which is really quite surprising because I come from Basingstoke. La, this is your bit. La 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 la. I've had a bag of peanuts, so I shouldn't feel this bad. A game of darts was not the best idea I've ever had. When I missed the triple 20, pierced the nipple of the trendy young new barmaid who I understand got a little mad. Does anybody want to take me home? Before I start to tell you about me exploits in the war, how before our troops all landed I fought Germans single-handed, till it accidentally slips I wasn't born till 54. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh la 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 la. My wife and kids have left me and they won't be coming back. I held a job for 20 years but then I got the sack. But you won't hear me complaining, 'cause the taxpayer is paying for me bag of cheese and onion and me pint of Strumpy Jack. I'm a pretty happy drunkard, I don't like to act the martyr. On karaoke nights I do a wicked Frank Sinatra. In me alcoholic haze I sometimes tumble off the stage, and as I'm carried out the door I'll sing, I did it my way. Thank you very much for Paddy, that one. We're getting to the point where I need to love and leave you. I'm in Droitwich this afternoon at the u3a there, so you're doing a round robin today, so you'll notice there's a table down here. And on the table we have some CDs. My CDs are £8.99 each. There's the comedy ones, the straight ones, there's all sorts on there. But more importantly, there's a little collection pot. My son's fiancée has got cystic fibrosis, which isn't good for the future. I mean, only 50% of cystic fibrosis sufferers make it to 40 years old. So we're always very conscious of that fact, but she's absolutely gorgeous and we love her to bits. So that is my charity. So if you've got an odd 5 pence, anything you've got, pop it in the pot. 20% of all CD sales also go to cystic fibrosis. So we're on target this year. We want to do £1,000. We're up to about 500 already. So that's good. So that's that. We're going to finish with another baby song. And when my son was born, I'll be honest, he was a little bugger. He just wouldn't sleep, and I used to have to take him downstairs at 4 in the morning. And at the same time, I used to take a guitar down with me because he used to quite like it if I just played guitar. So I wrote loads of songs for him when he was a baby. When my daughter was born, well, a few years on, she came up to me one day and she said, "Dad, I've been going through your songs. You didn't write any for me." I said, "You know why?" I said, "Because you slept through the night from virtually day one." I said, "So I never got a chance." But this next song was written for both of them, and it's called Lullaby. And it was, I used to have the job of doing a bedtime story. So when I got in from work, I used to have to do one bedroom and then the other bedroom. They wouldn't have the bedtime story together. They both had to have it separately. And they always I made the mistake of once saying, "You can pick the stories and I'll read them." They used to pick the longest books in the bookshelf. And usually the most boring. And my wife would come up and find me fast asleep. And then still sat there, you know. So this song was written about that. So thank you ever so much for this morning. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And if there's any questions afterwards, we'll have a couple of minutes of that. Anything you want to ask me, as long as you don't want to borrow money. Close your eyes, it's time you slept. So little of today is left. We've had some fun and you're the best that I could ever hope for. Melodies and lullabies, watch the world through tired eyes. Let it come as no surprise. We'll still love you tomorrow. Even when your eyes are closed, we'll watch you when you're sleeping, making sure that the bugs don't bite and checking that you're breathing. Long before the hours of day, tired of sleeping and you're awake. It's 5 o'clock, for goodness sake, 'cause your eyes are wide and smiling. Joy of laughter, pain of tears, disappointments, hopes and fears, silent passing of the years. Each day's a new beginning. Even when your eyes are closed, we'll watch you when you're sleeping, making sure that the bugs don't bite and checking that you're breathing. La 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 la. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Andy?
How old are your children now?
My daughter's 24 and my son is 26.
This one phase in their development. You forgot to write a song about them borrowing money.
Funny enough, I'm halfway through, and you say one of my daft songs, and sometimes they take years to write, and there's a song that I started about 7 or 8 years ago, which is nearly finished now, and it's called Student Life. It was when my son went to university, so watch this space.
You've also got the phase of older.
But yes.
My eldest at the moment is 50, and they're still borrowing money.
Well, I'm hoping to go by they're 50, I'm borrowing money off them. So.
Anybody else? Yeah?
Do you have a favourite guitar of those you've played?
Yeah, I suppose my black one is the one I always tend to go to. If I'm at home, that is the one I'll usually pick up. I actually play classical guitar as well, which I can't at all at the moment. But it's usually the black one on my classical guitar because I like playing classical stuff. But, yeah.
One more, yeah.
And when you write a song, do you usually write the words first and then put the music to it?
There's no fixed rule. Sometimes I often write songs. I walk to work most days, and that is usually when I do most of my writing. So, and often it's like you get a phrase in your head, or sometimes you get a title, come up with a title, and think, oh, I'll work around that. But sometimes I'll sit at the piano. We drink quite a bit of wine in the evening, me and my wife, and she'll go off to bed, and I'll go and play the piano. So the piano songs tend to be written after the tune, but the guitar songs are usually sort of together. It's sort of, the hard part is once you've got the verse and the chorus and the middle eight, it's finding the words to finish it off. That's the tune is sometimes the easy part. The words are the slog.
We need to let Andy get off to Droitwich for, I think you've got an hour and a half to get there or something. Yeah. Don't drive too fast. Don't forget the cystic fibrosis little pot here, even if you don't want to buy it, but there are CDs. And I want to say a great big thank you to Andy. I think to share your gift with us, your gift of words, which is really lovely. Your gift of playing so many stringed instruments, even with a gammy finger, well done. And yeah, your gift of humour and your lovely voice. So thank you very much indeed for coming.